Going into Cuba, we were all very excited about the entire experience, but we had no idea what to expect. And the hardest part is that there were so many things happening and so many things that we were learning, paired with the amount of music we were playing, the amount of music we were listening to on a daily basis. It was hard to process everything.
The trip that the Brown Jazz Band took to Cuba really builds on a foundation of a long-standing relationship that Brown University has with some partner institutions in Cuba, specifically with Casa de las Americas. And we've had an exchange program with Casa de las Americas since 2008. And since then, some 50 undergraduate students from Brown have gone and spent a semester at Casa de las Americas.
Most students, certainly from Brown, who've been to Cuba and come back, have had a lot to say about Cuba and have certainly have very different perceptions and very different understanding of Cuba from A, they had when they went, and B, the ways people think about Cuba.
It's special because of the Cuban musicians. I mean, those musicians are just the most remarkable players because they have their own music, their own way of doing things that people all over the world emulate, but it's their music, it's their style.
In the academies, in the conservatories, they were able to present us this incredibly vivid portrait of the Cuban music education system without having to talk about the other purpose that music can have. Allowing people to think about things besides their problems, it's also just important as a medium of directly confronting those challenges.
We went to the conservatory over there, and there's a shortage of woodwind reeds, and encountered some of the best musicians in Cuba, and they're playing student instruments. And I think it's amazing that they're able to cultivate such distinctive sounds and really make artistic statements on inferior equipment and with the resources that they had at their disposal.
From the very first musical experience we had, we were in shock and awe of the level and the ability of the musicians that we encountered in Cuba. They were so much better than us. But then we realized that they had their musical niche and we had our musical niche, and that we have like a really good swing background. So it was really interesting to see how we complemented each other as musicians.
I mean, it opens things up because now we come back and we've been there, we've experienced how easy and how difficult it is to get to Havana. And so now we bring that back and we talk to our friends. We do serve the purpose of changing the politics of it and opening things up. And the awareness of how it actually is in this moment affects how it will change.